Hi everyone, it's Karen, also known as Scrappy KLP on Instagram. I'm delighted to share my tutorial for Messy May Day 20. The theme is bold, and we are going to explore how creating bold marks in a variety of ways can add contrast to an art journal spread. I'm just flipping through a bunch of bold marks that I've made using just a brush and some acrylic paint or jelly prints, or even just taking markers to a book page or plain paper. And I just keep a stash of these pages at the ready to use whenever I want to add a bold element to my art journal spread. I thought it might be good to just share a few bold pages I've created in the past and the elements that I included, whether it be just a bold number, the color of the number, the X's and O's, or larger images that I've added to a background, or using bright and bold contrasting colors. It really can be done in many ways. And now on to creating a spread, a bold spread. Now here I'm trying to think about whether I wanted to add that black and white page, or was it just too dominating, and I decided I wanted the background to come through. So what I decided I would do is to recreate that background by drawing in a bunch of the half circles onto the page. And so that's what I decided to do with the big Posca pen. I liked how I had the thick lines and then the thin lines, so I thought I would also recreate that, and I used this pen, but it wasn't really wanting to work with me that well because of the deli paper has that waxy finish on it, but I persevered. And here's the image that I wanted to use as my focal point, is this cute little gal on some roller skates, and she's being bold by stepping out and trying something new. So I hope that you will be bold as well and try creating your own bold page. So I just fussy cut this little girl out, and I wasn't trusting that my deli paper, if I were to use a matte medium, wouldn't smear. So I decided to glue it down with just a glue stick. And so that's what I did here. And then I add my focal image in. And I'm liking how that's looking. Anyone who knows me knows that I just love collage. So I decided to pick up some of these sort of pinwheel shapes and fussy cut them out and add them to the spread for a little bit more of a punch, and also to sort of tie in that red dress. So I'm just auditioning where I might put them on this spread. So after auditioning my little pinwheels, I decided that, that background with the burnt orange wasn't really coming through very well under that deli paper. So I decided that I would just take some Tombow marker and in orange color and add it in, just to give it that little extra punch of color. Now here comes the spot where you have to really be bold. I decided that I was going to stamp the words "be bold," and I had some of these foam stamps, and so I like to sometimes just print it out on a different piece of paper and then attach it to my journal spread, but I decided to be bold and just to stamp directly onto the page. So here you see me inking up, or what, maybe, using my brayer with some black acrylic paint and stamping in the letters. Now that I have my sentiment down, I just looked at this spread and thought, you know what, it needs a little bit more black to balance out the left with the right side of the spread. So I'm adding this that I cut out from one of those pages that I had prepared. So now that I had the right side of the page done, I am committing to the placement of those red pinwheels. So I'm just gluing them down on the page. And I think that will do it. That's a wrap. We've got our Be Bold page, and I hope that some of the tips that I've shared with you today you'll be able to use in your own art journaling practice, and I can't wait to see what you create. Thanks, everyone.